Hi and welcome to Friday's live trading. So what time is it? 8:50, quite late in the morning. I've been sitting here waiting to see if we get a break on this euro of this trend line. Now the euro was really punching sort of to the downside with lower highs, lower lows. However, it's just shaping up a little bit of a price action here, just waiting for a moment in terms of a potential long side. Now it's 8:50, 10 minutes to go. Might just let this bar finish, let the hour come through, and really looking, there's quite a lot of buy orders sitting above on the order book above in the sort of the 119.90s area and through above the highs here. So it's still orders up until for a while, so it might be a bit slow, but a break of this area could see us at least pushing out above these highs here and running into the 120 area. So that's what I'm waiting for. So I'm just going to pop this on pause for a moment. Okay, so this price action's been pushing and pushing far too quick for what I'd like. It's not quite finished the hour yet. 3 minutes to go to the finish the hour. I was looking to wait for the hour to finish, which I will do anyway. I'm going to get a ticket ready. I've got a specific account. I want to trade it off this account over here. So I'm just going to get a ticket at least ready. I'm going to pop some estimated numbers in here. I'll put the stop. I can put a stop in because I know where I'm going to put the stop. So I can do so much. Let me just get that ticket ready. I'll just take it offline for a second, but just going to pop the stop below the low here. So that will be at 1960. So just pop that stop so I can at least get ready for this. It's, as I said, it's gone a bit quicker in this hour, but we'll see what happens. In fact, if it goes too far, well, maybe it's going to have sort of a bit more momentum running through here. So 1960. I'm going to have a guess at the high for a moment, just because I want to roughly work out whether it's the positioning of this in terms of how much trade I can put in here. It's going too quickly. 1987, 88, 89, 1990. Let's say it's going to put let's put 91 for a moment, just so I can get the position size something right down here. Now it's 1.7, so I've got to basically knock off a lot of this at the moment. Oh wait, oops, it's not going to let me do that. So don't ever try and play with technicals. 08, let's try again. There we go, that's the position size I want, around about 1%. Okay, going to have an expiration time. As it doesn't happen in the hour, I'm going to take this off, so it will be by 10 o'clock. Let's just round that up to 10 o'clock. But this figure is going to be wrong. It's 8:59 at the moment. What's the high? Now sitting at 8:59. Let's just pop that in there. 119.89. Okay, let's see if I can get this in quick enough here. High 119.89, 90, 91. I'm about right actually. I'm just going to add a little on there. So just also quickly working out stop. Hopefully it'll pull back a little bit whilst I do this. So sitting there then at with a 31 pip time. So I'm looking for a 40 pip stop. Okay, I had a bit of a internet connection problem issue at that stage. Switched it back on, got this ticket ready now. Just going to pop that ticket in, and it will trigger if it breaks here. I know there's some buy stops sitting up here. Maybe that will help things if it does trigger. But let's see how this runs out there then. So looking for quite a move if it breaks. A push through there. Just come out to the dailies there. It's already sat in this area before, so well, there's chances it could be pushing up towards that 100. I'm not necessarily targeting that. I've just done it on a ratio to the risk I've got at the moment. So just done it on a risk ratio in terms of targets on this particular strategy I'm looking at. So we'll see how that runs. I'll put this on pause. So just showing you what I was looking at in terms of orders sitting above here. See the blue net buy orders sitting above price, running up to about 2020-ish level. So we're not haven't run into those yet. We have taken out this sort of pool of sell stops that was, or sell orders that was sitting above. Now this is only one broker, but it's quite a large broker and gives me a good feel to what's happening. But things have slowed down where we are now. But we had a trigger of my little 4-hourly R3, and those highs from yesterday, which are not showing on here, would be taking us into this buy zone potential. Doesn't mean to say that, I mean, there's the market makers, the big market makers out there might just want it to go in there so they can sell into it, and there's all orders, buy orders sitting there that they can sell into it. So it doesn't mean to say it's going to push up just because they're sitting there, but they are a potential draw. And if you're sort of sitting there, what are they? Well, they're obviously, but they're potentially buy stops. If I just scroll this thing back a little bit, you see the same levels. Well, it's yesterday's going to far too far. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll squash it up instead. That's better. Right, now you can see yesterday's high, he said. Now let's get my pen back on. So you can see yesterday's highs there, and you see the buy orders, net buy orders, the blues, sitting above that price. So no surprise, there's buy orders there, and a range of buy orders in terms of people, putting their stops more further away from that sort of level. But we'll see what happens. The whole thing may be defended. Shorts, sellers may come into play again. It's getting close to those highs. We may get the sellers coming in before it actually gets to those highs, and may see an opportunity to sell back in. So there's absolutely no guarantees we'll get up there. If it triggers well and gets a bit of keeps its momentum, well, we've got a chance. So that's really what I was looking at there. Okay, so we're coming up to an hour after the event now, and it's just not looking like this is going to set up. This order will automatic, because I put it on a timer. I love this platform for the fact that you can time it. I've just popped it on a timer there, so if it's not going to trigger in the next 1 minute, actually 3 seconds, this would disappear, and all bets are off for now. There we go, disappeared automatically. I do like that. So that's gone. So it's running to 10 o'clock. Do I see anything that I like here at the moment? Not really now. This might still turn around and give me something later. Let's just look at a different time frame here. Sorry, I was looking at 30 minutes. There's a potential it could pull something in later, but it's spoilt what I was really looking at there. The fact that the momentum just sort of died is possibly a good thing. Sometimes when you're looking to get into a trade, you expect it to continue and continue and continue, and you get a big bar like this. And with this such a range, and I was just looking at, if I just switch this to a daily bar for a moment, and just so you can see, if you see here, it's the trading range. And we sit it lasts, well, today it's 38 pips. Okay, the day's not finished, but if you look 37 pips the day before, 38 the day before that, it's really been 77, and then 48, 52, 53 pips. It's been in a very well, just come back now really then and look at the average true range. We're running down, it's bringing the average down quite quickly to 60 pips on average true range. Makes it more difficult, and maybe you should be looking down. I mean, I love the 60-minute time frames, but maybe I'll be coming down to the 30-minute, 15-minute time frames. But your targets, everything becomes a little bit more smaller. The problem is the stops become smaller, which okay, it's all retrospective. However, when you start getting down to smaller stops, of course, a market, someone just needs to cough and you're stopped out, and it still could go in the same way as you was expecting. So for now anyway, not into this trade, not seeing anything I particularly like right now. Let's just switch back into my 60-minute chart now. There we go. So not seeing anything. I have a bit of a bias towards the downside on this euro that I've built up, and I've got a short position on my main account still in, but it would have been stopped if it had broken out this morning. But I might see how this afternoon goes. At the moment, I'm looking if we get a break of these lows of this morning at 1950. Perhaps I could be on the short side. That would confirm a lower high, and really I'll go back to the 60-minute time frame. What we were seeing, move that out of the way. We were seeing these lower highs, lower lows, and that's really what I fancied this morning. And I was looking around this area to see if we got a sort of an opportunity to start selling in. We got the one red bar there, didn't really do too much, and then 8 o'clock come. Well, the rest is history. Other markets were the pound. Pound got oversold earlier, and has it bounced without any sort of opportunity for me to get in. There was no little trigger to get in. It gave me a signal that it was oversold, but it's just literally come back. If you look at it on the short time frame, literally ran its way. Pretty much. Yes, it gave a higher low here, but it's then back to its mean. So I was really gets to oversold picture. I'm not looking for it to go all the way through to the highs. I'm just looking for it to come back to its mean, and it's pretty much done that now. So that's the pound. Yen is a bit it's acting like the yen as we know it, really, and just consolidated in a range. So little else at the moment. So we should put this on the pause and see if we catch anything else. We're just about to start a session on back testing in the room, so I'm going to crack on with that. Okay, so I've just looking at this market. It's 1150. I'm starting to see a potential. There's another strategy. It's running at the or just about to start in a moment. I've started getting the trade ready. I just need this candle to close. So once this candle's closed, this current 30-minute chart candle to close, I will be able to set the entry. I've guesstimated a loss at the moment. The stop loss is at 1976. Already popped that in there ready. So it allows me to give an estimate of size. I've guesstimated the highs at the moment. It's what's that? 19. What did it get up to? 1980. Needed to add a little bit more on there now. It's just little pips up there. So I needed to add 1.7 on top of that. So that's allowing for a bit of leeway, because I'm looking at bid prices here, so I'm working on the bid. So it's ready, almost ready. I'm going to just I'm not going to sit here for 9 minutes waiting. I'll just pause this for a moment. Okay, so a few minutes. What a difference a few minutes make on this recording, eh? I've had to reset it. The price kept on pushing up, so I'm looking to get in on a break of just above the highs of this current candle. So it is a bit of a continuation. Right, I can press the buy stop on this now. I can trigger this. So just checking everything's okay. Stop loss just down there at 1976. Looking for as I say, a break. If it breaks the high there, then I'm just only looking at a ratio of around about 1.3 on this currency pair for this particular strategy. So it's the optimum level at the moment for it. So that's sitting there. Time wise, it'll expire at 1 o'clock. So I'm going to press the buy stop and click that in there, and that's sitting ready to go if it triggers it. Last one didn't trigger. Who knows? This one might not trigger either. It's just been one of those mornings. It's just had these sort of surges just when I'm looking at getting into the trade, setting everything else. Oh, that looks nice. There's the signal. Signal comes in, and then the bar becomes massively big relatively. It's not a bad thing though sometimes not getting in the trade, because if that's as far as it goes, let's say with this last one for example, if it had got me just in and then rolled over like that, I probably wouldn't have been far off of being stopped out. So I'd rather be not in than wishing I was not in. Okay. Okay, that's it. I'm going to leave this running, and I'm going for brunch. So just looking back, the signal that was set up earlier on hasn't triggered for me at the moment. It's got a minute to go. It's 12:59. The momentum, I'm looking at a 4-hourly chart here, doesn't really matter what time frame I'm looking at, but it's just ideal that you look at a 4-hourly. Momentum seems to have come out of this move. It was pushing up quite nicely. There we go, we've got the 1 o'clock candle. Let's just switch this back and look at what was happening there. So that was the candle I was looking at, a break of 11:30, the 11th, effectively 11:30 candle. Just didn't. At 12 o'clock, just couldn't push on beyond it. So there we are. Not into that trade. That's cancelled itself out now as well. But having looked at that, some people say, why didn't you get in earlier if you thought it was going to be bullish? Well, because the signal didn't come in earlier is the answer to that one. So I only trade these where the signals are, and I just take every one that the signal comes in. Now, if the signal is based on momentum, and if the momentum just doesn't push through and continue for the next candle after the next previous candle's gone, etc., it's not a trade. So it's safeguards. Now, in this particular case, we've run into, let's come back to 4-hourly chart. I've put this back to 4-hourlies. And you can see it's just sort of double topped. So there's sellers coming into that level. It's done me a favour by not triggering me. If it just pitched in and then rolled over, well, I'd be sitting there in a position that's in drawdown at the moment. Of course, it could still go. It's 1 o'clock. We haven't got anything significant in news today that I can see pushing through. But you never know if a speaker or something comes in. I haven't looked at what the bond market's doing at the moment. It's been a funny old day with the bond market, well, funny old week or so, because we've seen bonds, the price levels coming down. It's just it's still quite weak here. Let's just bring this into play. You see it's been dropping down here now. This is generally, you see the dollar weakness as this is happening. It's a sign of dollar weakness, or gives us dollar weakness. But if I just bring this over last week, you just see how it's been dropping and dropping. Well, we may have expected a little bit more coming, but there we are. We might have expected a bit more from the euro here, but it hasn't. So I'm going to sit here patiently and see if anything else sets up. Well, it's currently 7:05. 5:05 even. It seems like 7:05. The day has flown by. He says, sarcastically, it's been one of the days today. We had 2 setups, possible trades, neither of them triggered, but as the old saying goes by the pilots, I'd rather be sitting on the runway waiting to take off than sitting in the air hoping to land. So it's been one of those days where we've not the whole range of these markets has fallen quite considerably. I'm just looking at today's range, 44 pips so far. Yesterday 37, day before that 38.5. Now you may say, well, you should look at something else to trade, but there are some markets that have got a bit more volatility in it. But the euro yen has been going sideways with 56 pips and 56, 60 pips running all. Look at the whole month to date at the moment. It's very, very bitty. The only thing that comes from this and looking at these markets that gets me quite happy, or makes me quite happy, is the very fact that we go through phases like this and they run out, and then within a certain time we then start getting some decent movements again. This was back in December, quite tricky to trade. Don't trade if it's that bad, but I have to take my setups when they come. It's just my rules. But at the moment, very consolidated phases and very tight phases at the moment. We could and may get into some decent, see some more volatility coming in the coming days, weeks. One would hope so anyway. On that note, I'm going to end it here. I wish you a great weekend, and I'll catch you for the morning outlooks next Monday morning. Take care. Bye for now.